Hello, I'm Riza, and today I'm going to tell you more about Ghostly. So I decided to draw Ghostly graduating. Now the first thing you're going to notice is that she has significantly shorter hair than how I animated her before. And the reason for that is because she cut her hair. Can you believe it? Anyway, I've always imagined Ghostly as having really long hair, because she never cut it, or well, she'd like trim 1 inch like once a year. And she just had, like, the longest hair. So I always was like, she's like the Rapunzel girls. She has long hair. That's what she is. I didn't even recognize her when I went back to school after I left. And she ran down the stairs, and I was talking to 2 other people who were in my class. I swear I didn't know the person coming down the stairs, and I turn around and it's her. And I just could not recognize her because she cut her hair. So that's my excuse, not that I forgot of her. Just kidding. I'd never forget my first friend in elementary school. But yeah, so I've known her since 1st grade, and she was literally the first person who introduced herself to me when I started school, and we've been friends ever since 1st grade. But a lot of things have happened from 1st grade, which is a lot. Yeah, I was gonna try and draw while doing this, but I can't. She's one of the first people I think of when I think back to my old school thoughts. Now, I went to school from 1st grade to 9th grade, which I established in that video that I made a while back. So we've known each other for all that time. And she's actually one of the few people who have ever been over to my house, because my parents rarely let anyone over. Now I've had, one other friend over at my house. In total, I've had 3 people actually come into my house and, like, stay and hang out. But, like, one of them was my neighbor, which doesn't really count, because even though she would come over and play with us once in a while, my parents were like, we don't really want people in our house, you can play in the backyard. But my friend Ghostly, she actually stayed over once because of family stuff. I don't remember the exact reason, but we had a sleepover, which my parents never let us go on sleepovers, so it was exciting. And then I recently had one of my other friends from my new school, or well, now it's gonna be my old school because high school is over, but she came over, so I've had 3 people over my house, and she's been one of them. Another thing I talked about is how our humor has changed. She used to go with my dark humor the most out of everyone in our friend group, but now, like, when I mentioned, I was like, oh, you remember when we used to plan our friends' funerals as, like, a joke, you know, dark humor stuff? She was like, oh yeah, we were disturbing kids, and I was like, yeah, disturbing. I totally don't have that sense of humor now. I totally have nothing like that humor now. Anyway, we're still friends, it's chill. So, apparently when I met back up with my friends, they were like, man, all the drama in our school, and I was like, our classes never had drama. I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently, sophomore year, the year that I left that school, all the drama started happening. Like, kids started doing bad things, one of the kids in my class got expelled, a lot of my kids in my class got suspended, but, yeah, so there was a lot of drama in my class when I left, which I guess could be a blessing in some way that I wasn't there for that. But there was also some dating drama between some of my friends. My friends who have known each other since 1st grade. So I have Ghostly, I have, I guess I don't really have names for them. Anyway, I have Ghostly, I have, my friend who really likes ducks, and I have my friend who... I have Ghostly, I have my friend who really likes ducks, and I have my friend with black curly hair. That was the only thing I could think of for that right now. But they were all 3 competing for valedictorian this year, and Ghostly at the beginning was dating my friend who liked ducks, and she's best friends with my friend with black hair, and it just... They were all competing for valedictorian, which my friend with black hair found funny because they were all planning to go to community colleges, and, like, they weren't trying to aim for really high colleges because they wanted to save money on college, obviously. But my friend Ghostly got it, and I've known all 3 of those people since 3rd grade, so I found it funny that they were all competing for valedictorian in our class. But anyway, then things got awkward because she broke up with my friend who likes ducks, and she started dating another guy in our class, which was funny because she told me, she was like, as soon as I broke up with him, she's like, I'm never gonna date in high school again. It's such a bad decision. Should have never dated in high school, blah, 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 blah. And then 3 months after, she started dating another guy in our class and asked him to prom. And that guy I'm actually going to college with, so that's gonna be really fun. He's going to my same college and we're in the same major. Unfortunately, Ghostly is going to a college 4 hours away, so yeah, he said he's gonna drive over on the weekends and see her. But it's great because I'll still stay in contact with both of them, and yeah. And we're gonna actually help each other get through computer science, which is gonna be my major, so that's gonna be great. Another thing is that you might have noticed the little triangle person I drew on the... You'll see it in the sketch. I'm not sure when it's gonna be in here, but I drew a little triangle person, and they have a long neck, and then they have, this is actually how my friend Ghostly used to draw people. Like, instead of doing the generic stick figure person, she'd draw a triangle, and then she'd draw their arms coming out of the triangle, and feet coming out of the triangle, then she'd draw their head. One time she did this, though, which was during our camp, a different year, I think. I don't know, but everything's the same. But she did that at our camp, and she was like, I'm gonna draw me, and she accidentally drew herself with a really long neck, and I just found that so funny, and I still remember that. And then I put that on the thing, because I remember that. One thing I missed opportunity I did for this drawing is that I did not draw a ghost on one of the papers, which I was going to do that. I told myself, okay, you need to get the long neck person, and you need to get, like, a ghost, because it's Ghostly. Oh, I call her Ghostly? Obviously, that's not her real name. Who names their child Ghostly, like after a ghost? I call her Ghostly because I was assigning emojis to people, and I asked her which emoji she wants. Like, this was years ago, like, kids, when emojis were new, and I was like, oh cool, these new emoji things, like, I'm gonna assign emoji to all my friends. Anyway, I barely use emojis now, but, I came up to her, I was like, oh, what emoji do you want? Like, I was assigning emojis to people, I was like, you know what, you love cookies, so I'm gonna give you the cookie emoji. Let's see, what were some other reasons? You love bows. I have a friend who, wore a different bow to school every day, and I gave her the bow emoji, obviously. She doesn't wear bows anymore. It's all my friends are changing. Man. It's almost like people change within, 5 years. Kinda whack. But, I asked her which one, and she said the ghost emoji, which I don't fully know why she said the ghost emoji, but that's what she chose. So I named her Ghostly, because that's the emoji I associate with her. Every time someone used the ghost emoji, which is very rare, because my friends rarely use emojis, I'm like, oh man, that's Ghostly. And then I'm like, no, it's just an emoji. But that's what I associate with her. Yeah, so she got valedictorian. She's really good at her studies. Ghostly has always been a really good friend to me. We've had so many laughs. We've had so many fun things. So when I got to college orientation with her boyfriend, and we were hanging out, we decided to call both of our significant others on a call, and we were just talking. And one thing that we made a recurring joke is the fact that Ghostly's first date was with this guy in our class that I don't like being mean to people, but I just couldn't imagine Ghostly dating him, and I couldn't imagine me ever dating him. But what happened is he and Ghostly started dating, which when they told me that, I was like, literally the least likely couple. Like, if you told me anyone else, and I was like, maybe? But Ghostly and this guy, I was like, what? I think this was in, I don't remember when this was. This must have been in junior high, which I didn't expect Ghostly to even start dating in junior high anyway. So she dated this guy in junior high for 2 weeks? Maybe a week? It wasn't that long. But she went on at least 2 dates with him. Then she didn't date anyone else until senior year, where she dated our other friend. Then she is dating her now boyfriend, which I think they'll make it. They're a cute couple. So we got both of our SOs on the phone, and another thing is that the guy that she dated in junior high tried to date me sophomore year, and I could not tell that he liked me because I can't read signs at all. He was literally telling me, man, imagine if we dated, and I was like, ha ha ha, that's never happening. I feel really bad, but my excuse was that I didn't want to date anyone in high school, and then I started dating in high school, and then I told him I had a boyfriend and I felt bad. But anyway, it was just a recurring joke that, like, her boyfriend was like, you know, we can't really trust anything they say because they both dated this person. Like, I didn't actually date him, but you know, it was funny. So yeah, she's going to college, I'm going to college, everyone's going to college now. It's almost like we graduated. Whack. I'm gonna make more videos. I mention her a bit, because there was a lot of whack stuff we did, and it was great. Honestly, school is one of my favorite places, and she made it that way for me. One thing is that she told me that at the beginning, she was mainly my friend because I kept giving her a lot of my stacks, because I like giving people things. Like, I like making people like me, basically, when I was little. So it was like, here, you want candy? I'd like give her any candy I had, and because I wanted to make friends. Yeah, so she was like, really, we became friends at first because of bribery, but we were like kids, like 5 or something. We're good friends now, it's chill. Talking to her has always been fun. Like, I've never had a problem talking to her. I feel like that's why she's a really good friend. Like, you know those people who, like, you find it's really awkward to talk to them? Like, for instance, that one guy I told you about, I just could not talk to him in person. Well, I could talk to him, it was just kind of awkward, but yeah. So I sent the photo of Ghostly to Ghostly, because we sometimes text. I might tell her about this YouTube video, I don't know. I'm not sure how my school friends would react to me having a YouTube channel, but maybe later, when we're 50, you know? Like, just randomly when we're 50, I was like, hey, I'm a YouTuber and I made a video about you. It's actually the first one I made, and then just send it to her. That would be a good April Fool's prank. You know, we've lost complete contact, but I'm just going to send her this video, like, watch it, or something. We have had a lot of those. We made, like, a bet that, like, whoever dies first has to go to someone's funeral and then mess it up. That's what we said. So we have to keep in contact so that when one of us dies, we can just mess up their funeral. Or be the random person that comes to their funeral and is just like, yo, I don't remember exactly what we talked about. It's been a while since we talked. Yeah, Ghostly and I are good friends. Oh, the petting eyebrows thing? That's something I can elaborate more on. So, in the video I talked about how she pets my eyebrows. There was a lot of weird things that she did. And petting eyebrows was one of them. Like, I remember one day she was just like, I'm gonna walk up to you and pet your eyebrows. And she's like, it's just fun, petting people's eyebrows. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I don't have really nice eyebrows. Like, you can barely see my eyebrows. She was like, you have really nice eyebrows. So she kept petting my eyebrows, and then I'd pet her eyebrows back. And that's a weird thing we did. Another thing is, there's a lot of stories that I want to talk about pertaining to my school life and Ghostly, so she'll be in more of my videos. Maybe like an anecdote like, oh yeah, here's Ghostly. I also have other close friends and classmates I'd like to talk about. I also have to give them all fake names, because I can't use their real names, but I know their real names, but yeah, I should know their real names. I've known them for like how many years? A lot. If I make a video about Cookie, I'll send her the video, just because I know that she'll have a good laugh about it. And anything that I share on my YouTube channel, she'd be chill about it. Cookie's really chill. Oh, so yeah, so I sent this picture to Ghostly, and she was like, what? That's amazing, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, the long neck creatures. That was my favorite response I got from it. I don't know, it's been a while since I've drawn her. I guess when I usually draw people, I usually draw, like, I was about to say I don't put a lot of effort into it. I do, I just usually, like, you know, draw a circle and I, like, make it look like them, and then I'm like, wow, yeah, well, it's you. But, yeah. I mean, I need a longer thing to speed paint for the Speedpaint video in the background, so, you know. But my favorite response was when she goes, oh my gosh, the long neck creature. Because, yeah. I remember that the long neck creature that she drew was we were drawing a presentation of us playing tennis, and we were supposed to be explaining critical thinking through that. So, school was great with Ghostly. I loved school, and it was even made more fun with Ghostly and having a friend group that I could talk to, and friends, which I'm grateful that I have. So, thank you, Ghostly. If you ever watch this video 50 years from now, you're amazing, and thank you for being my friend. And thank you to everyone who's watching this video and listening to me ramble on about a random kid that I knew from, not high school, that I knew from since elementary school, is that right? Yeah, since elementary school. She's great. I love her. Goodbye.